right, welcome back. It is the Vegas Take. Sharp and Shapiro, so glad you could join us on a Tuesday. A lot to get to, by the way, and I want to get to this Henderson story here in a few minutes, but I would like to start with Billy Bush. If you don't know who Billy Bush is, well, he's the guy who lost his job, the former Access Hollywood anchor. It's a very famous moment in Billy Bush's career and Donald Trump. If you remember that moment, you know, he's on the bus with Donald Trump. And if you forgot what Donald Trump said on that bus with Billy Bush, here's a little clip of it.
Hey, when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the you can do anything.
Yeah, we all remember that, right? Well, Billy Bush right now is speaking out, I guess, talking about what he had to go through when he lost his job. You know, poor Billy Bush, the multimillionaire. But anyway, he did an interview, national interview. And the reason why he's doing interviews now, doing the rounds, because guess what? He's back on TV. He got a job. And he hasn't been on TV since. So this is Billy Bush, in his own words, talking about his return.
I've learned a few things during my time off or time out. Bad things happen to all of us. The ingredients of our disasters differ, but the shock to the system and the struggle to overcome we share. Going forward, I will no doubt have to report on people who've had a bad moment. I'm especially interested in seeing them own it and get back up.
All right, so here are my thoughts on Billy Bush. First of all, do I think he deserved to lose his job? No. Do I think he did anything wrong? I wouldn't say he did anything wrong in that situation. I do think if you're good at what you do, I do think that you press somebody on that. When somebody, in this case Donald Trump, who this is way before he ran for president of the United States, but it doesn't matter. If you're a celebrity and you're doing an interview with somebody or you're talking with somebody with a live mic and somebody says what Donald Trump says, you can do whatever you want if you're famous, grab them by the P word and all that sort of stuff. I believe you need to continue that conversation with that celebrity. I know I certainly would. I wouldn't stop. I wouldn't just laugh and move on. Now, if I wanted to press him or her in a situation like that, maybe I would laugh to make them think that I'm on their side, but then I would press them and ask them another question. I guess the point I'm trying to make is I don't think Billy Bush is talented. I don't think he's very good at anything. I don't think he's good at interviewing people. I don't think he's funny. I don't think he's talented. He's a decent-looking guy. He got on TV. His last name is Bush. I think that certainly helped. But the point I'm trying to make is I don't think he's a very talented guy, so I didn't feel bad for him when he lost his job. I don't think he's good at what he does, okay? So now he's going on TV, and he's talking about that moment, and he's saying, he had suicidal thoughts pop into his head. I don't know if I believe Billy Bush when it comes to that sort of stuff. He said, I'd never seriously do it because I have children that matter, but when you're really low, and this is important to include, you're emoting at the most extreme. Bush went on to say, I've never, ever a serious candidate for that. I could not do that to those who count on me and love me and need me. Absolutely not. So he's painting himself out to be this hero that is suicidal, but he's saying that he would never do it because he has a family and because he has kids. He went on to say, oh, I would do it. No, you won't, but you're upset. Look, everybody has something. I guess he's trying to make everybody feel bad for him because he lost his job. I don't know. The way that whole situation went down, I said it before, I'll say it again. I don't think Billy Bush is talented. I don't think he has any talent. Now,
I will tell you this, you're actually incorrect there. He does have a talent. He is a talented lacrosse player. He played lacrosse at Colby College and was one of the best players in the country, Brian, so you are incorrect there.
Okay, well, there's absolutely no chance you knew that. You absolutely had to Google him and look it up.
Absolutely not. I was fully aware of that fact.
You're absolutely not telling the truth. There's no question you knew that Billy Bush was a lacrosse player.
He is a talented lacrosse player.
I didn't know you were a college lacrosse fan. I didn't know. Can you bet on college lacrosse?
I handicap everything, Brian.
I didn't know that. Well, when I speak of talents, the guy could be a great juggler. I don't know. But the point I'm trying to make is at his job. And his job was over there doing a show for Access Hollywood. I don't think he's good at what he does. I don't think he's a very good.
So you're saying that if his last name wasn't Bush, he wouldn't have a job?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
No, I really don't.
That's all you have to say.
No. I don't think he would have. What do you think he's good at? Be honest. How do you think he got that job?
Oh, I'm not saying I disagree. The last name of Bush is a good thing to have. At least it's been a good thing to have in the United States of America for the last 50 years.
But do you disagree with me? Do you think he's good at what he does?
I think he's average.
Yeah, average, right. So somebody who's average at that shouldn't be making millions of dollars a year working for Access Hollywood. That's the point I'm trying to make. So I didn't feel bad for the guy when he lost his job. I'm sorry, I didn't. I didn't feel bad at all. And I thought he did not handle that situation the way a professional should. If you're going to laugh at somebody making a horrible statement like that, then ask him a follow-up question, even if it's not the actual interview. If you have a live mic, then press him on that, what he just said. Donald Trump just said something that is beyond inappropriate. Make no mistake about it. He was bragging about sexual assault, grabbing women by the P word, saying, well, I'm a celebrity. They let me do it. Grabbing a woman and using that terminology. And by the way, for the record,
do you think that there is something to what Scaramucci said yesterday about Donald Trump being intimidated by good-looking guys like Justin Trudeau?
I think Donald Trump is intimidated by almost anybody. And the reason why I say that is because he feels threatened by people.
Right. And
he's extremely insecure.
Billy Bush is a decent-looking guy, so I could see Donald Trump making a statement like that to kind of one-up Billy Bush in that situation.
See, but I don't think it's just good-looking guys. I think it's anybody that threatens him in any way, shape, or form. I think Donald Trump is probably one of the most insecure people you will ever meet in your life. Look at what happened with John Bolton. This just happened the other day.
That is crazy to me.
Say what you want about John Bolton, and I don't agree with John Bolton when it comes to a lot of issues, but he's an extremely intelligent person, and he has a ton of experience.
He has a lot of experience. He knows exactly what he's doing. In one small disagreement, you cut ties like that. And apparently he said, hey, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Then he goes behind his back. I'm referring to Donald Trump. He goes behind his back and makes the announcement before John Bolton can resign himself, just so he could be the one that
it's wild
that lets him go, which again is that, and the fact that he refuses to ever admit that he's wrong in this case is certainly a prime example of that. Donald Trump is extremely insecure. It's hard to argue it at this point.
We will definitely revisit this and the small-handed Donald Trump in a little bit, but